Welcome to another video. This one is to help encourage people to live their life now and not based on past influences or maybe how we were raised. The reason why I'm doing this video is because there are so many people out there that are in adulthood and continue to still live life based on maybe how, their parents raised you or their family in general, the influences there and other interactions. But those interactions and those values or whatever don't serve you any longer, because as we grow older and go into adulthood, we come into our own and we create our own identity. And there are a lot of people who struggle with that and in turn get depression, anxiety. They don't necessarily know how to move forward or maybe need a little bit of help. So this is the video that I'm hoping maybe will help at least one person kind of break out of their shell and understand that it's completely okay to be yourself. I said this the other day to somebody. I looked at them right in the face and I said, you don't owe anybody. The only person you owe is yourself. So before I get started, if you already haven't subscribed, liked, and turned on the notification bell, please do. Helps me out, helps my channel out, but also helps you know when I upload my latest video. If you are someone who's been struggling with your mindset, which bleeds out into things like exercise, lifestyle, the healthy stuff in life, please check out my Pivot program. It's 30% off right now, limited time. It's going to be on for a couple weeks. So if you are looking to engage in an online program, it's 4 weeks long, but you can do it at your own pace. So a minimum is 4 weeks, but if it takes you 2 months to complete or longer, that's completely up to you. You have your own login, your own password, you can track what you've done, you can download documents. All of my videos are on there. So if you complete it and in 2 months from now, you want to go redo a module, you're more than welcome to. So if you are someone that wants some distance education, please look at my Pivot program. Again, it's 30% off for a limited time. Go have a look. All right, some of the main things that I talk with people and have discussions with is the fact that, again, they're much older now, like I said earlier in this video, and they struggle with how they were raised. So when they go to make a decision that's not the decision that they were taught when they were younger, they get this bout of anxiety, this scarcity mindset where if they make their own decision, it's wrong. If they act differently, if they aren't who they were taught to be necessarily, maybe they start responding, talking differently from how they were raised. Or simply put, just the way they live their life gives them extreme anxiety because it's not at all how they were raised or brought up, taught, whatever. Now, how can this go and create anxiety for people or even depression? Well, sometimes it leaves you the inability to speak freely. So someone talks down to you. Maybe that's something that happened in your family or friend or school or whatever. And now that you're older, you still don't know how to stand up for yourself or speak. So you just let people beat on you day after day after day. And you walk away from it and you just keep it inside of you and you don't stick up for yourself. You don't respond. That is a learned behavior. You want to change that. You want to speak up. You want to tell somebody just to shut up, but you can't because you're in fear that maybe someone will get mad at you or maybe the interaction won't be the kindest. At the end of the day, you need to stick up for yourself because no one should ever be treated poorly. But because being treated poorly is a known behavior, you don't speak up. Or maybe you have the inability to make your own decisions. Maybe your parents were people who just kept things until they broke. And now as you're older, you have all this clutter in your home, but you can't get rid of it because, well, I was taught I don't get rid of things unless they're broken. So you have all of these things, but when you look at these things, it also gives you anxiety because you don't want them there anymore. But you're making your decisions based off of past experience, a learned behavior from the past. But that's not who you are now because you're an adult and you've come into your own skin, your own personality. Life events have made you think differently, which is a good thing. Allowing all of these past behaviors, learned behaviors, instances, traumatic events, allowing all of these things to continue to influence your life now in adulthood will honestly give you the inability to live a fulfilling life because you're always living your life in this little box. That's not what life is, guys. Life is learning. Life is adapting. Life is about changing, adjusting. We grow as individuals. We grow our personalities. The fact that people fear this natural change, to me, is mind-blowing. We adapt as we go, so why are our personalities and responses and lifestyles not part of that change? Because they should be, and they are part of the change. So if you're someone who's struggling with that, understand that's completely normal to no longer think or act how you were when you were 7, when you're now 30. So stop living life based on other people's standards. My line for a long time has been, be who you are, not what people want you to be. That is the most fulfilling when you live your life based on your own rules. There's nothing better and more rewarding than being true to yourself. If you're authentic and you are an individual with integrity and you're holding your head high, you're doing the right thing, and when you're responding, whether it be defending yourself or just giving your position on something, that is a good thing. This isn't negative. Some messages you give might not be well received because guess what? Everybody has an opinion, and that is also completely normal. And sometimes we will not like the other person's opinion, and that's fine. And they're not going to like your opinion, but we're all human beings. We can't all have the same opinion. Life would be boring as shit. Be vulnerable to change and understand it's okay to have your own identity, guys. Once you become aware that it is okay to not do what your mom, your dad, your family, your friends did, honestly, life will be so much better. I am a complete opposite of a lot of my family, and I do not apologize for this because I am who I am. I am not what a lot of the old society standards would say because I am who I am, and I could give a about what society thinks. If I were to live based on how society would want me to live, I would be extremely depressed. And I've been there, and I've had to hide my stuff. But then eventually I had enough, and I no longer was going to hide anything. And that was the scariest and best moment of my life, because since then I have done so much in my life. And that was one of the rules I said when I quit my career was I'm going to do whatever I want. And I have been doing exactly that. It is so rewarding to step in and fill in your own shoes instead of letting somebody else help you fill in those shoes. Do it for yourself. So again, if you haven't liked, subscribed, or turned on that notification bell to my channel, please do. It helps me out, helps you out. If you haven't checked out my pivot program, I'll put the link below in the description. So if you're someone who's been struggling with anxiety or other people's opinions, please understand that it's exactly that, just their opinion. And you are absolutely 110% allowed to have your own. So be who you are and not what people want you to be. If you have comments or questions, please write them in the comments section. Thank you for watching, and I hope this hits somebody and helps encourage them or you to really just be yourself. Because again, you don't owe anybody anything. The only person you owe an ounce of anything is yourself.